from the boat. When he had finished speaking, he said to Simon, "Put out into deeper water and let down the nets for a catch." Simon Peter answered, "Master, we've worked hard all night and haven't caught anything, but because you say so, I will let down the nets." When they had done so, they caught a large number of fish that their nets began to break. So they signaled their partners in the other boat to come up and help them, and they came and filled both boats so full that they began to sink. When Simon Peter saw this, he fell at Jesus' knees, and he said, "Go away from me, Lord. I am a sinful man." For he and all his companions were astonished at the catch of fish they had taken, and so were James and John, the son of Zebedee, Simon's partners. Then Jesus said to Simon, "Don't be afraid. From now on you will catch men." So they pulled up their boats and on shore, left everything and followed him. In this scripture, Jesus provided a miraculous catch of fish. Peter, when he saw what Jesus had done, became humble and told Jesus, "Depart from me, I'm a sinner." Even Peter did not feel worthy of being a disciple. Jesus told him to not be afraid, that he would be a fisher of men. Many times we feel unworthy to go into the calling Jesus has on our lives. We don't feel like we are good enough to be at his service. But Jesus tells us, "Come to me, come as you are." Let's turn to Luke 18, 9 through 14. To some who were confident of their own righteousness, looked down on everybody else, Jesus told this parable. Two men went up to the temple to pray, one a Pharisee, the other a tax collector. The Pharisee stood up and prayed about himself, "God, I thank you that I'm not like the other men, robbers, evildoers, adulterers, or even like this tax collector. I fast twice a week and I give 10th of all I get." But the tax collector stood at a distance. He would not even look up to heaven, but beat his breast and said, "God, have mercy on me. I am a sinner." I tell you, this man, rather than the other, went home justified before God. For everyone who exalts himself will be humbled, and he who humbles himself will be exalted. This is the parable of two men who prayed. The Pharisee looking down on everyone, proud, seeking praise from God for how good he is, and the tax collector who was humble and meek. Who are you? Are you as the Pharisee, looking down on others, telling God how good you are? Or are you as the tax collector, saying, "God, I am a sinner. Please have mercy on me"? Whichever you would consider yourself, Jesus is saying, "Come to me, come just as you are." And now let's turn to John 8, 1 through 11. Then each went to his own home, but Jesus went to the Mount of Olives. At dawn he appeared again in the temple courts, where all the people gathered around him, and he sat down to teach them. The teachers of the law and the Pharisees brought in a woman caught in adultery. They made her stand before the group and said to Jesus, "Teacher, this woman was caught in the act of adultery. In the law, Moses commanded us to stone such women. Now what do you say?" They were using the question as a trap in order to have basis for accusing him. But Jesus bent down and started to write on the ground with his finger. When they kept on questioning him, he straightened up and said to them, "If any one of you is without sin, let him be the first to throw a stone at her." Again he stooped down and wrote on the ground. At this point, those who heard began to go away one at a time, the older ones first, until only Jesus was left, with the woman still standing there. Jesus straightened up and asked her, "Woman, where are they? Has no one condemned you?" "No one, sir," she said. neither do I condemn you." Jesus declared, "Go now and leave your life of sin." Here we see that the woman was caught in the act of adultery, and we also see the people accusing her ready to throw stones. Jesus asked, "How many of you are without sin? If you have no sin, cast the first stone." Each one dropped their stones one by one. Many times, it is people in the church who condemn others. People outside the church see this, and then they won't come to church. The scripture shows how loving our God is. He does not condemn us. Jesus asked the woman, "Woman, where are your accusers?" And she said, "There are none." "Neither do I accuse you. Go and sin no more." We have such a loving God that he forgives us for anything we could possibly do wrong. Which are you? Are you the woman or the man caught? Or are you the one getting ready to cast a stone, or have you already cast a stone? Matthew 9:12 says, "On hearing this, Jesus said, 'It is not the healthy who need a doctor, but the sick. But go and learn what this means. I desire mercy, not sacrifice, for I have not come to call the righteous, but the sinners.'" The song I'm going to sing with you is called "Come As You Are." He's not mad at you. He's not disappointed. His grace is greater still than all of your wrong choices. He is full of mercy. He is ever kind. Hear his invitation. His arms are open wide. You can come as you are, all your broken pieces and your shameful scars. The pain you hold in your heart, bring it all to Jesus. You can come as you are. Louder than whispers you're unworthy. Hear the sound of love that tells a different story. Shattering the darkness and pushing through the light. How tenderly he calls you. His arms are open wide. You can come as you are, with all your broken pieces and your shameful scars.
Okay, we better hold on to our seats because